It's annoyance. Just take the top. Anyone need a
Anyone need agenda?
agenda?
Agenda. I'll get you, yeah, I'll get you another one if you have. Anyone else? Everybody else has agendas? There's one for your lovely bride. Good. All right, 11:30.
11:30. Michelle just did this to me from the street on the other side. Does that count? Yeah. If you're on the street across from the church, does that mean you're here for the meeting?
It's close enough.
It's close enough, right?
Yeah. You can see her thumb if it's
I
up?
can see her thumb up
Okay.
if she likes it. No, I don't, I can wait. All right, so welcome to our second? Is this the second of three? Second of three meetings, business meeting, May 18th, 2014. And we'll call the meeting to order. Open in prayer. You can't hear me? Okay. I don't like to hold it closer. Yeah, right. So. Ruth! We have to get these broadcast on YRS, and then everyone can hear. They'll be tuning in, yeah. Tune in and tell a friend. Here you go, sweetie. All right, share with him. Okay, we'll open with prayer. Father, we just thank you for this church here that you planted so many years ago and brought back to life. We thank you for your grace that is freely given to us, and we thank you for your Son. We look forward to a good meeting and a bonding into one. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right, so let's see. Someone's going to read the minutes. You will?
Sure what page it is.
It's down at the bottom.
These are the minutes of the February 9th, 2014 meeting. Our annual business meeting was held February 9th, 2014, following the morning worship service. Our moderator, Chris Duncan, called the meeting to order and opened with prayer. There were 15 voting members and 4 non-members present. The minutes of the previous meeting were read and approved. The pastor then gave the state of the church for 2014, noting that our finances were healthy. He stated that they were very happy and proud of our generosity. Then he mentioned that we need to have a project of getting a heating system update for the mission house, as they are planning to move in there next year. Our other restorations are just about completed. Our planning to move, Our attendance was down a little this year with people still dealing with Sandy issues, but he anticipates 2014 to be on track again. Our online presence is doing well with daily scripture reading and discussion. He asked us to keep the turning consumption into compassion going with donations for the food bank. Our summer interns, Luke and Andrew, have been notified to see if they can help out again this year. We are adding junior interns also, who would be Andrew and JT. We will be having several groups to come again this year for summer programs, Calvary Baptist and CSSM, and a group from Brielle Church. Next order of business was to vote in 2 new members, John and Laura Paganhoff. We voted with unanimous thumbs up, and they were welcomed with the right hand of fellowship from the pastor and deacons. The financial report: bank balance as of February 6, 2014, general account $21,258.04. Restoration account $3,393.28. Long-term maintenance $1,000. Medical reserve $5,000. There was some discussion. Next, we went over the 2014 proposed budget with these minutes included. It should be noted that a cleaning service for the mission house in the summer was included with the mission house operational amount. There was some discussion, and we voted unanimously to accept the budget for 2014. The next order of business was the election of deacons and moderator. Deacons Ray Faleska, Howie Matson, and moderator Chris Duncan. There was some discussion on perhaps needing to fill in case someone was not there. It was mentioned that 3 deacons, which includes Dave Jones, also for another year would be enough. Some more discussion followed, and then Susan Duncan made The notion to accept the candidates, Michelle Jones second, and we all voted unanimously with thumbs up that they were accepted. Care team report was then given by Ray Faleska. He wanted to thank the people in the background, like Handyman Beverly Laird for keeping the addresses, and updated, and Nancy Nam, who had been sending out cards, and Susan Duncan for being an encourager. They will be having another meeting in the beginning of March if anyone is interested in being part of this ministry. Next was our mission team report given by Chris Duncan. The total came in for the missions at $49,488.88. We are at the 37% of our giving, almost to our 50% goal. Michelle Jones shared a story of how an unchurched gentleman in the grocery store told her, a man in front of him, that he would show where, I'm sorry, that there's typos here. So show where Island Baptist Church was for being, and so on. So we are getting out of, we're getting, yeah, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's just, so we are getting out there and becoming known. We then had a motion to accept $50,000 as our budget for missions for 2014 by Michelle Jones, and Susan Duncan seconded. And we all voted thumbs up, and it was accepted. Chris noted that if we want to see the letters that have come in from the missionaries, to let him know, as that they are amazing, and to see what God is doing. God said that the committee would meet soon, and we would be checking to see what some of the new ministries are doing. Anyone wanting to go to Haiti and see what is happening, see Chris, and the team will try to make it happen. The Camden outreach of Helping Hands, which is Seeds of Hope, I'm adding that, still needs to be looked into. It is sort of like the rescue mission. Old business. Natalie Jones wanted to let us know that she will be returning this year to lead Pirate Cove for the summer, and she is looking forward to it. It was asked if the deacons would consider at their next meeting giving Natalie a stipend for gas. They will discuss it. The new business was amending the bylaws. Pastor noted that it was is earlier to have us 3 meetings instead. It is easier to have 3 meetings instead of 4 mentioned in the bylaws. January, April, July. Since we get busy in the summer months, Cindy Gravatt made a motion and read it that the annual business meeting shall be held no later than the 2nd Saturday in February, and the regular business meeting on a Sunday in May and October. Michelle Jones seconded, and there will be discussion, and Cindy rescinded her motion, and Susan made a new motion. The annual business meeting shall be held in the new year on a Sunday no later than the 2nd Sunday in February, and the regular business meeting shall be held on a Sunday in May and October. Michelle Jones seconded, and we all voted thumbs up, and it was accepted. The rest of the article will remain the same. The meeting was closed in prayer and by Dave Jones, and we were dismissed. Respectfully submitted, Brenda Bird, clerk.
Okay. So any questions, changes, things you didn't know about that were in there? I need a motion to accept the minutes as read. I'm losing my mind. I forget people's names. Alice and Susan, I remember her name. All those in favor, thumbs up. Opposed, thumbs down. Weren't you the one that made the motion? Okay, Allison and Susan. Yeah, I pay her to 2 seconds things, so you're all good. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Everyone has their business meeting agenda. I guess the first thing is the winter spring review. Who's going to do that? Me? Okay. Sunday celebration attendance is the average is 32. Wednesday nights attended well. The Seder celebration dinner was sold out. It was really great. We had this big, huge table here in the middle. It was really informative and fun. And Easter Sunday, the house was full, so that was good for the spring. Financial report as of April 2014. Who wants to do that? Anybody? Do I get that? That's it? Wow, great. General account, there's $16,589.02. The restoration account has $3,393.28. Long-term mission maintenance is 2,186 and 62 cents, and the medical reserve is at 5,000. So any discussion on that? Yes, ma'am.
Question, can the restoration account money be moved into long-term maintenance at this point, or do you still need money in the restoration?
Yeah, we still have some stuff.
Because I noticed it's the same as it was the last one.
Right. Great. Okay, next thing is the mission report. So far, we've given out $19,020.07. I don't know if it's in there, but about a month ago now, I think it was about a month ago now, we had a breakfast that we sort of ran up there in Camden, and is that included in that? Okay, good. And I think we had 10 from here that went on that. It was really great. I forget how many people were there, a couple hundred. 200 people. I had the pleasure of talking to a fellow about trusting in Jesus Christ, and so it was really a good time. I guess I'll tell you the rest about that. So for about 8 weeks now, I've been going up there on Thursdays, a couple of days, but mostly Thursday nights for their meetings for the fellows that are out, just got out of jail. And it's been really great. You know, you don't know what they talk about in those meetings until you go there a number of times. The first time you're sort of spaced out, but after that you find out, they're just guys. And they're coming back into society, so to speak, and they have all the same kinds of thoughts and problems that we have, or at least those of us that haven't been caught yet. It's really great. They were there for about an hour and a half, and the first 45 minutes we're just talking about their life, how they're trying to get back in and what the problems are, and then we have some sort of study. And that's been going on. I've been going there for 4 weeks, or 8 weeks now. And so recently, they will be going into the federal prison system, which I've signed up to do, not as a member of the inmate group, but as some come in, because in order to get into their aftercare program, you need to apply for it. The parolees need to apply, and they read the letters. And it was interesting seeing the guys. They presented a letter from a particular guy up here, I guess it was at Fort Dix, and it was interesting, you know, when they were talking about whether they're going to let the guy come in or not. And it was good to see them work together. I hate to say it was really like just a male church, you know, with everybody in there. So that was good. And so we're looking forward to choosing a level to support them at. I guess that's what it's boiling down to. I'm looking into, they are legitimate 503C. They've been there for quite a while. The lady that owns the 4 houses that they're using would like them to buy them, and I'm looking at a big building that would be much better for them for a lot less money. So that sort of scares the guy, but we'll see what happens. You know, the Lord takes care of that. The Ellises, I think, have left. Is that correct? Yeah, and we gave them a gift for them to move, and then when we get our meeting together, I'll have to designate someone to do scheduling. We'll come up with some sort of support through the year. And since we're here already, I didn't realize we'd get here this fast. There's another potential missionary that we're looking into, or I'm looking into, and once we get our group together, we'll start talking about. Her name is Jennifer Haver. She is a engineer, mechanical engineer. She's looking to go into the airframe and power plant part of aviation. I guess that's what it is. And what she would be doing, she's getting trained to repair and maintain aircraft that's used by the missionary organizations all over the world. There are about, I think there's 18 or 20 that I know of that maintain aircraft, and once she's trained at this facility, she'll go off somewhere in the world, and that's what her job will be. And I made initial contact with her and have talked with her, and I'll present more to that to the committee via Hangout, Google Hangout. She's agreed to do interview with that, which is, a lot of fun. So, and a couple of our missionary fellows will be back this summer, and so we'll get to see them and ask them some questions and, work with them. So if Haiti, we support a mission down there. I really would like to get down there to see what they're doing. We have, or I have anyhow, and with my wife who really understands finance, has looked it over, and we really would like to understand what they're doing there before we continue with that. So that's the report for now. Any questions? All right.
This is a good time to say it and get a thumbs up or thumbs down. Next weekend, next Sunday is Memorial Day weekend, correct? Yes. So we usually take a special offering, actually our regular offering, and then we designate it to somewhere. And I've gotten a bunch of things from Samaritan's Purse lately. They're still up in Toms River helping recovery up there. They're down in Pensacola helping with flood victims there. They're in Kansas helping tornado victims there, and someplace else doing tornado. And so I was thinking designate, because they helped us out. They're helping out a whole bunch of people that are going through the kind of stuff we went through a year and a half ago, and designating that offering to them. Yes?
Would that be instead of Bible sticks? We always do Bible sticks.
Correct. Yeah, we did the Bible sticks a couple weeks ago. And last year we did Samaritan's Purse, but it went to the hero, the returning heroes. Yeah, and we'll probably do that on 4th of July. But I was thinking, they're kind of putting out a plea, because they've just been hammered with all the different, and they're still, they don't just come in and then leave. Like I said, they're still up there in Toms River, rebuilding houses for people.
So for the purpose of open discussion, I'll make a motion for our Memorial Day offering to go to Samaritan's Purse in order for them to, for their recovery and relief from natural disasters.
Is that what you do?
Taking off?
Should there be discussion or anything?
Well, now it's a discussion.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's nothing on the floor. Now it's on the floor. So, any discussion on that? What? What?
I don't mind that it's not a patriot word.
Right.
I don't mind that, because in a way it is helping people in our country and so on. So
On the disaster recovery portion of Samaritan's Purse, is that on the disaster recovery, Bev, what was it's as opposed to the Wounded Warrior or whatever.
Right.
Heal Our Patriots.
Right, the Heal Our Patriots. The other one's called like a
It's
natural disaster recovery.
Domestic.
Domestic.
natural,
Okay, so
yeah.
that won't go to the Philippines.
No.
Okay, because
No, it is-
that may come up. People may say we want to keep it local.
Yes,
Okay,
it will be.
thanks.
And may I also add, Chris? Yes. We're sticking with what we try to do most of the time is it's a gospel based operation, meaning that the gospel goes out with this, right? And that's the first thing
Correct.
we looked into, make sure that this recovery isn't just showing, there's literature and things involved in that respect.
Any more comment? Great. Yeah, all those in favor, thumbs up. Those opposed, thumbs down. Unsure, sideways. One sideways. Summer must be coming. Interns.
I'll comment on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the summer programming is shaping up really good. We're excited, and we've got 3 interns. Luke from last year is back. Luke Moore, friend of his, Elijah. I guess it's Iberween. They're both graduating from Gloucester County Christian Academy. They're both graduating this year, and our Captain Crow's Nest, Drew Pagankoff. That's our new member. So we'll have 3 interns. Both look like they'll all be here that second week of June. June 11th, the other 2 guys are moving in, and Drew will be around the 9th when he gets back from Turkey. So that's looking great. Pirate Cove, the Sunday coordinator, Natalie Jones, as we heard in the minutes, has stepped up to take care of that for our Sunday program. We've got 7 weeks of beach ministry. Our portion of it for 5 weeks is entitled Beach Blast, Surfing God's Word. I meant to bring shirts, but we got T-shirts and for everybody, so it'll be a good time. And we have visiting mission teams, which will be helping with that beach ministry. Amazing Grace Community Church from Williamsport. All these churches, except for Church of Brielle, are associated with the Mission Mid-Atlantic in our conference. And Amazing Grace Community Church in Williamstown, they're going to be doing actually 2 weeks because they had so many people. He said, we've got like 30 people that want to come. I said, that's way too many. And I said, how about 2 weeks or 3 weeks? And so they've got at least 2 weeks that they'll have 2 groups, probably a boys group and a girls group. Calvary Baptist Church from Washington, Pennsylvania, which is south of Pittsburgh. I Googled it last night. They're coming out with a team. The church in Brielle, who has been here the past 2 years, will be bringing a team. Then CSSM shows up, Children's Sand and Surf Mission. That's the first 2 weeks in August. And then after that, we'll wrap up the summer with Grace, the Church on the Mount from NetCon, the group that's been coming since my first summer here. And it's looking great. I'm excited to be on the beach, and we're really going to pump that whole thing up. Our weekly family ministry stuff, we've already got everything scheduled out, movies to show and everything on Monday nights, and then the family fun night with crafts and carnival games and Christmas in July, and all kinds of other fun stuff, family bingo. And the women's Bible study is scheduled for Tuesday nights from July 8th through August 19th or thereabouts, and Wednesday night barbecues in July. So that's, yes, in August, because CSSM is here and things like that, so it's basically just, yes.
Because I like the anticipation. What is being studied for the Women's Bible Study? Another series? Okay. Thank you.
What happens when women say yes to their husbands? Oh, I mean God. I mean God.
Yeah.
So, any questions about what's going on this summer? A book will be purchased for that Bible study.
Hey, Ray.
So it'll be in the,
What on the people the churches that visit us with the mission teams and stay at the mission house, do they pay us a fee?
no.
Okay.
Basically, what they stay for free. They're responsible for their meals and the meals of the interns and Bev and I, if we're there. But that's basically it. And we supply everything else. So, but we work them hard. They come in. Just to give you an idea of what they do. They come in either Friday. One group's coming in Friday because they're coming all the way up from Pittsburgh. But they're here Saturday morning, first thing, to do the door hangers, which we start at noon. And that's basically we canvass the whole neighborhood from 10th Street to that way up there. And 600 door hangers we put on all the houses. They do that on Saturday, and then Sunday help out with Pirate Cove and practice up for what we're doing during the week. Monday, we're kind of getting everything nailed down for the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday beach ministry stuff, and then they help set up the room for Monday night. They're here welcoming people, do all kinds of publicity. Everybody dresses up in some kind of crazy costume and go out in town and publicize everything, and then clean up on Monday night. Tuesday morning, we'll be on the beach at 8 o'clock and getting all ready, and that goes from 10 o'clock to 11:30. So basically, 12 o'clock, we're back here, have a little lunch, and then kind of go over what's going to happen for the next day. Tuesday night, they'll have off because it's the women's Bible study. Wednesday, we're back on the beach early, and then Wednesday, we'll have the barbecue on Wednesday night. Thursday, they'll be back on the beach, and then they'll be helping with whatever the family fun night activity is that week. So kind of keep them pretty busy, and then Friday, they go home. We couldn't do it without, definitely couldn't do it without help.
Got to be able to add something to that. Can anybody think of something? Just kidding. It's a joke.
Keep them busy.
All right. Oh, here it is. The old business. Oh, we done that? Any questions about that activity? Old business, yes?
In the old minutes, I noticed that there was a question about cleaning service. Was
we're s-
that for cleaning in between those groups?
It was going to be, we're working out other details with them. That's one of the things that the groups are responsible for too. We're just going to get them much more, like in the past, it's just been, hey, clean the place up. We're actually going to have a list of things for them to do now. So. Correct.
Anything else on that? Yes, sir.
I have a question. Does not have anything to do with what we've already discussed, but I want to go back to the Seder celebration. Why do we charge for the Seder celebration? It's a service of the church. You know, it upsets me.
Okay, the main reason we charge is so that people show up. Because when we did it before, people said they were showing up and they didn't show up. And then we'd have.
Why don't we give the money back to them? It just upsets me, the fact that we're charging for a service, a church service.
That's the reason we do it, just because it makes it. We will. We definitely will. Yeah.
Consider it since it's upsetting, because,
Sure.
you know, if there can be, if anybody can brainstorm on another way that when someone signs up for something, when we procure the food, actually what you have, the attitude we can take at this point is if someone signs up and they don't come and we wind up having, and 50% of the meals left over, we'll just make sure the meals go home or get distributed to people that need meals. And we would just take that attitude that it won't be a wasteful thing, that we'll just, you know, that kind of thing. So
Well,
as long as we, you know, just think of it that way, but I'm sure other people that have run ministries know that when you don't make somebody purchase a ticket for things like that, but if it's not a concern as far as over purchasing the food, then
you know what I'm going to do on that?
what's that?
I'm going to move on and we'll pick that up in new business.
Okay.
Because that's where it goes.
What is presently being done? You pay for it, and
We'll pick this up in a few minutes. I just want to finish this section. Because it's a new thing, so it goes in new business. All right, so the next thing is old business. The bylaws were amended to reflect the new meeting schedule. I guess that's an announcement. What it
Yes.
sounds like.
That's it. It's been done.
It's been done. So,
And that's why we're meeting now.
yeah, great. Okay, now we got new business. We'll start with A, Brenda Bird's resignation as church clerk. She's moved off. So I guess that's an announcement.
Yes, and we need to get a new.
We need a new church clerk, so who listens to this meeting and records what goes on, brings it down to type, and reads it at the next meeting, and then we vote on it. So it records the meeting, so we know what was said here or last time and what we were doing.
And it's
And it's part of an official thing.
yes, and the meeting's recorded, so you don't have to be like scribbling the whole time you're here. You can listen
Right.
to it or you can watch it afterwards
correct.
to get
Yeah.
everything down.
So that's what that is. No, you won't. No.
you got talk to Ray if you want to do it.
Yes,
Right, you
we
speak to
we have
him.
time and
You know, I'll do it at the time. It's a
we have time until October. We want to have
Yeah,
Well,
no. No, you don't have to write fast. You get a
Yeah, we have
tape,
it.
you get to listen. So let's just let it percolate a little bit.
yeah, we will need someone official by October.
That's correct. So, um, call for volunteers for summer ministry help. Come help this summer.
That's it.
I did it.
Thank you.
Video recording this.
Where is it most needed for us as a congregation to help out?
Since you're all gifted differently, different places, okay? You need to come according to, just if you're a warm body, just come and talk to us. You know, Monday night, there's people who need help, Thursday
if you have time this summer to volunteer, we'll find something that fits you and your schedule.
Like Wednesday nights with me children, that's about prepping for
Right,
barbecue.
exactly.
Okay, let's see here. Video recording the Sunday service YouTube. I guess that's going on now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So you can go to our YouTube channel and watch the service. You
Service.
can even watch this meeting because it's being videoed right now. Yeah, there's a link on the website. No, I'm
letting
just
us
telling,
know.
it's just an announcement, new business, we're videoing now. So if you're in the witness protection plan, wear your disguise. Before it
Now's
was
the-
just voice, now they're actually gonna
Now's
see
the
your
time.
face. Could be. Yes, they could. They have a computer, everybody in the world can watch it.
That's right.
It is scary.
It is scary.
It's scarier when you're the person up there and you're watching it.
That's right. I just realized that's what that was.
Yes.
So, okay, and let's see.
That
Okay,
everybody,
other
if
new-
everybody wants to look back to the window there at the
That rectangular
that
thing in
little
the upper
black-
left corner.
that little black box
all
there is
wave.
the camera. Big Brother's
right, Big
watching you,
Brother.
that's right. Here in Route 72.
And then other new business. So the other new business is going to be the Seder service. So if you want to discuss that, you can now. Someone has to make a motion, you have to be seconded, and you have to discuss it and go through the process. So, okay, Allison makes a motion. We need to have a second.
The motion would be that we don't charge for the Seder dinner, however, we have a mandatory sign-up list and waiting list. And I can expand on that, but I'll just say that for now. Very good. What I mean by mandatory, so that's my motion, and then I'll expand on what I mean.
Okay.
Anybody want to second that, Michelle? I'll second it.
Michelle seconds that motion. Now you can discuss it.
And my point would just be that mandatory meaning you can't. So we would really frown on people showing up if they haven't signed up. And if they have signed up, that they need to contact Ray or Bev at least 24 hours ahead if they're not attending, so you can go to the next person on the list. Because I would guess that if you're not charging, that list is going to get pretty long. And we sold out this year even with charging. So my thought would be you probably are going to have a waiting list. And that would really put pressure on people if they're not going to show up to notify you so you can go to the next person on the waiting list. I would hope that would make people feel more accountable about not just showing up.
Ding.
If we want to say, okay, go ahead. Well, once you have a cap on how many people can attend, you can't have more than, oh, I see.
David's got his hand up.
Well, back to the first part, first part of the discussion is the money charging for it. Is it prohibitive for people? Have people complained that it's a problem or it's a? I knew somebody that didn't like it. All right, so couldn't we have something, didn't like it or couldn't afford it? Well, then could we bring the price down? Could we put a,
We always have.
I mean,
People that
you
couldn't
put
afford
like a
it got-
scholarship fund in there that, people that
We're always-
really can't, and we know they can't, they're still,
Yeah.
if they want to be there,
There were always people
they're-
that were guests that didn't have to pay.
right.
And
Yeah, I can't imagine we wouldn't do that. I mean,
Yeah.
but I do understand what your situation in that when you plan it and people don't show and you're wasting food, you're wasting money. And so that isn't necessarily a good thing either. So is this unprecedented to do this in a church, to charge for something like this? Are we doing something that's unprecedented, or are we just doing something that is, I guess what's the main objection?
The fact that we're charging for our church service.
Okay.
And when I say service, I'm equating the Seder as a service of the church. It's like a Sunday morning church, a service, or a Sunday night service.
I guess I didn't think of it that way. I thought of it more as covering the cost of the food.
Yeah, but we do other things where we don't cover the cost.
Okay.
Wednesday night, we do not cover
Right.
we have, and that's a service.
Mhm.
And there's other services that we have that I'm sure we don't cover the cost.
Well, that,
So all I'm saying is that to me, this is a service, not a service of washing your feet, but a service
yeah,
of
I get what
church,
you're saying.
like a Sunday morning
Right.
service,
Right.
a worship thing. That's really.
Okay.
When I have attended things where they want people to come, there is a fee, and then when you show up, that fee is either given back or you choose to donate it. So that makes people show up if they feel they need the money back. I don't know.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset with the $10. It could be $1. It could be 50 cents, and I would still not want that. Yeah, it's based on charging to go to church.
Well, it's yes and no because it's not a Sunday morning. I mean, I guess, it's a, no, that's not what I mean, George. I'm just saying it's an optional thing where like, if I didn't have the money to come on Sunday morning, that would be crushing, but like, it's an optional, but that wasn't what I was going to say. What I was going to say was, I've been in situations too where it's presented, if this would soften things, there's certainly no charge. However, if the Lord leads you to donate, then you do that. I mean, if somebody couldn't afford it, I would give them the $10 and say, it's on me. I mean, it's never going to be a situation in this church where somebody is excluded because they don't have the money. We don't operate like that.
Not knowing the history, I thought you'd said earlier that the reason that you charge is so you don't get just people signing up and then not showing up, and that somehow the charging, is more apt to come. So, but last year was sold out, is that right? Or this past year? Um, but years before, though, you've had people reserve, and then you've had just a few people show up?
No, we've charged, the first year we didn't, and people didn't show up. People said they were going to come, and they didn't come. So we said, well, let's make a nominal charge so that there's some kind of commitment. And since then, we've always been full.
Okay.
So it's really,
We always have someone that still doesn't show up even though they pay.
yes, but,
But see that, please, try to listen to what George is saying.
right.
Whether we treat
Well-
people, whether we charge on it, he's viewing this as a worship service.
And Beverly, I agree, and George, I think though, if now we've got the momentum, folks have come, they're blessed, they'll return, maybe the idea of charging going forward might not be necessary if there's enough momentum with the service that we're not going to have the drop. So maybe going forward, we don't need the charge if there's a waiting list even of those who.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
But-
I mean, yeah, we can always, we can definitely afford it. And it's a situation where, hey, we try it, and if it doesn't, if 25 people sign up and 3 show up,
Ray, can we make a motion that you would say suggested donation?
no, it's either.
Or do you
it's
wanna just
either
get rid of the
open or it's
money
not. I mean,
totally?
that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was no spiritual reason, there was no financial reason, there wasn't anything like that. It was really a commitment. When people have some flesh in the game, they show up. That's all it was.
You can always have a basket at the end and say a donation.
It's not, yeah. Yeah, the $10 doesn't even cover the cost. It's not like we're paying for it with the $10 because that one we actually overspend.
When I first came here, I remember we used to charge for Wednesday nights. And maybe to get support, maybe not, but whatever, that has gone away, and Wednesday nights is booming. So maybe the time now is right to just turn over to the Lord, and Seders are going to be free of charge, and the people will show up. I think we should try it.
John and I weren't able to come this year, but if it's a question of filling all the seats, if there's only a limited number and you want to make sure they're all filled, maybe we just have a sign-up sheet like we do for the picnics. And then once all 25 or however many slots are filled, you start a waiting list and then encourage people just to respond and say, you know, I signed up, but I can't, yeah.
And we do have sign-up sheets. What we have to do as a family now is remind each other next Seder dinner to not delay in signing up. That's all. Don't assume that they know you're coming. Please sign up. That's all.
It just seems like the problem isn't money like we've been saying, but it's a problem of how do you make sure that all the seats are filled? And it's a question of consideration on the part of the people who have been the first 25 to sign up. And to me, that's where, you know, it needs to be aimed at is you have signed up, you have made a commitment, and other people will go without if you don't show. If you just flat out don't show up, that's inconsiderate of people who would like to come. So lay on the guilt, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, I'm real good at that, the guilt thing.
Well, so the motion was made so that there was a mandatory sign-up and that you would need to give a 24-hour notice if you weren't going to appear. None of those things are necessarily the exact way that it has to be done, but my point was just to put pressure on people to recognize that this is not an event that you just show up at, and this is not an event that you just don't show up at. So, you know, the idea, and I know we had a couple people that don't go to this church that attended, and maybe they wouldn't necessarily get that message, or maybe you overbook it by 2 or 3 people in the event that they all show up. It's a little crowded. If they don't show up, then we're back to the number. And I think the details could be left up to Ray and Bev, but the idea was just that it becomes a mandatory sign-up event. You don't, if you don't sign up, you don't come, and that if you don't show up, you must give notice so we can. I mean, those and all those. No, but all those things would be. You know, what are we going to do if they don't do those things? Nothing. But the point is just that we make some parameters and hope that people follow them.
And you guys aren't going to be mad at me on Sunday morning when I point and say, they signed up and didn't show up.
Names on the board.
You know?
2
I mean,
weeks.
So, is there a motion to amend your amendment? Is there a motion to amend your motion?
I think it's good. It's going to be free and you got to sign up.
All right. Second?
No, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
Do I? Yes. Well, I think almost everyone said something, so that's good. And I have an opinion, but I can't give it. So we'll.
You want me to hold the microphone so you can give it? I'd like to hear your opinion. You can give it.
Well, as I remember, this started. I think it's the only Christian-oriented. Oh, this is great. Christian-oriented Seder on the island, I think, and I think originally we had a guy come do it for us until the. We used to have a fellow come and and do the real thing for us, and it was longer and all that sort of thing. But it was really historically good, and since that time we've gotten away from it. My opinion is just the way we have it now, where there's no open ends, at the other end. It's really they won't charge much. It's not there to make any money on it. It's really to fill the seats and to have it out there. To add on other things, but you got to give me 24 hours notice. Nobody's going to do that anyhow, and it's just problematic. So I happen to like it the way it is. It creates management non-issues. You're going to have 24 coming, that's it. You don't have to worry about getting people out. So the way it started was an educational sort of thing, and I mean, Jesus has come. We're not waiting for him to come again.
Amen.
And so that's really what it was about. It's not an ordinance of our church or anything. It's just something we do to reach into the community, and it is working. We do get to reach in the community with it. So, that's my opinion.
Just one quick question is, remember the time that the guy, like he said, you've done it for have you done it for 3 years now?
I think this was our 6th.
Right, no, you.
Oh, yeah. No, I think, no, more than that, because I did it. We had
Well,
a
remember
break,
the guy
too.
that came?
Yeah, Peter.
Was there, Peter Parker, like as in
Yes.
Spider-Man? But anyway.
That's him, Peter
No, I know,
Parkus.
Peter Parkus, he's Peter Parker. But anyway, did we start charging so we could pay him?
No, we
Oh,
just,
okay.
the sole purpose of the charge was to buy in, to make a commitment. Like I said, because the first year we didn't, and, you know, people didn't show up, and we had made a big meal and done everything, and it was like,
Right.
so it's basically, and that's a, you know, that's a fact. If you, even if it's $2 or $1 or 50 cents or whatever, people go, oh, I've committed.
Yeah.
Instead of just putting my name on the, David
Well,
wanted to say something?
Yeah, I did the same
we could
thing.
just-
I did the same thing, not for Seder, but when I was running the mission committee at another church, we used to once a month have a missionary Friday night dinner. And I think I charged $1 a person, and for a family it was $3. Now, it cost me more than that. But I needed to know who was coming. Even $1, people will come for it. So, and that's why I did it. And you may not like it, but it works. You know who's going to be coming. So, and that's the important thing to me.
So it seems to me that the negative recourse is, as George puts out, we're charging for a service, and we don't want that to be the impression. The other negative recourse is if we don't charge, that we will get a lack of commitment, and then we'll spend money, we'll have dinners that will be left over, so are we willing to just take that on the chin and say, okay, 25 people showed up, 15 actually, or 25 people signed up, 15 actually showed up because they weren't really that committed, they just thought, well, I better put my name down or whatever, and so we're 10 dinners over in what you've prepared, which is not only the cost, but the preparation. I know you guys must spend a ton of time on that. Then, all right, so are we willing to say, okay, we're cool, we take that on the chin, we might come up 10 less, we might come up even, we might actually have more, whatever, but it's not an issue, because the more important issue is that we don't have any charge associated with our services.
Finish your sentence. But then also, the 10 that don't show, it's an opportunity lost for 10 that might have wanted to come that couldn't come. So I think it's, so, you follow me? The 10 that didn't come, there's waiting list, 10 missed, 10 folks
Yeah.
missed out.
I mean, from where I come from, the problem here is the space. I mean, if we could set it up so we got 100 people coming in, it's a different story, but we do have to limit it. You know, let's go to the school and use it for that night. Maybe we'll get more. We'll just see. So that's it. So any more?
It's, right.
I know, yeah. So are there any more discussion on this thing that's on the floor? Okay, what is the motion?
Motion is to have a no-charge Seder service, and we can call it that at this point, so it's more intentional. No-charge Seder service, sign up, a mandatory sign up, and request for cancellations.
Okay, is that correct? Okay,
So a thumbs up vote means that there would be no charge.
right.
Thumb down vote would mean
It'll be,
continued charge.
yeah. Thumbs up means we're changing it to that motion.
Right. And you need a majority vote?
Yeah, we need a majority, yeah. So, a motion to close the discussion,
So moved.
seconded, right?
Do that.
Okay, so let's have a vote. Well, thumbs up will mean that we will change to the no charge system. Thumbs up. Oop, I can't vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You were there? 11. 11 thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, I see 2. And I abstain. That's okay, it's the way it is. So how many do you have thumbs up?
11.
And how many are here?
16.
It's majority.
It's like a majority.
Okay, so that's the way that'll go.
It's easy.
And we'll read that as changed for next time. Is there anything else that is on your mind now? Howie?
Just an issue that I thought that we as a church should discuss, and it was brought up today by my daughter, and that's animals in the church service. I realize that people love their animals. I love animals too, but I'm not sure that the church service is a place where we should allow animals. My daughter Jen has bad allergies, and she was sitting next to the lady who had the dog today, and she had to move. She said, I can't stay near animals. Now, if one person is allowed to have animals, are we going to have like 3 or 4 or 5 dogs coming in, to a service? So I think it could become a worse issue. So I just want to know what people's thoughts are on that, and if we should make some type of rule about that.
The way we discuss that is you make a motion.
I guess I'll make a motion that we not allow animals in a church service.
Okay.
But what about the pastor?
Second. Mr. Peganoff is second, and that's it. Well, we don't need to vote on it. We need to discuss it. So, the motion is no animals during the service. Yes, ma'am. Hold on.
Service dogs are required, allowed in restaurants and other places.
Okay, so you'll amend that motion. Okay, so you have that recorded and the amendment? Good. Anything else on the service or the dog concept?
All right, I'll address the elephant in the room. So we all know that there is a dog that likes to come in here once in a while named Sammy. And I think what Sammy's been doing is probably fine. I think what we're just trying to do is start, a slippery slope, and especially in the service part, because Sammy tends to come in afterwards and just sort of run around for 30 seconds. I don't think that's what Jen was concerned about. I think she's more concerned about having to sit next to a dog or having dog hair on the chair that she's sitting on. So, I know there's not an intent to try to, keep Sammy out of here for the 30 seconds he runs in here after the services. It's really more to just keep the dogs from coming in for the service, just so that's clear.
Any more discussion?
I guess I already have one.
Everybody's got to get one.
I'll apologize, because a lot of people take what I say up here serious. They take the wrong thing serious. They don't take the right thing serious, like about Jesus, but they take the wrong thing serious, like, I guess we can bring our dogs now, and people talk that serious. So I apologize. Yeah, I said it. I wish they'd listen to other things, like, what's the theme of John? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but so I apologize. Yeah, I really didn't expect, but it is, and it's happening, and we can curtail it. I have no problem with curtailing the situation.
Right. Is that it? Anyone have any other discussion on the motion? So I need a motion to close that. Seconded by Allison, and we need a vote. And the vote is, if it's thumbs up, the dogs are gone. I mean, well, actually, there's an official thing. So let's go. All right, 1, 2. No, how about cats? Yeah, 1, 2, 6. 7, 8. Keep your thumbs on the left side up. 12 looks like. Okay. And thumbs down? No, we don't care what you guys know. Great. So that sounds, how many is that? 12, and there's how many here? So that carries. All right. Anything else? I'll need a motion to close the meeting. Seconded?
Seems like the team
Okay.
there. Motions and closers team.
Any discussion? I see none. All those in favor by thumbs up? Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much for coming.
Good job.